Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's project is great to use up your fabric scrap. So before we do that, we need to prepare our fabric. Take your fabric scrap and just iron them flat. Just make sure you remove all the creases that they might have. And once that you're able to do that, then we can begin cutting up to the shape that we want. I'm not good with color coordinating, but these fabrics I have are happen to be all Mickey Mouse themes, so I don't know what they turn out. Let's see. So here I got three different shapes, and I decided to use the hexagon. And I simply just take that pattern and start tracing it on all my fabric. I didn't count how many pieces I ended up with, but of course, I didn't know how many I would need to begin with. So I just simply um, trace and cut as many as I could. If I had extra, then it would be good for another wallet. Otherwise, obviously I'll just have to recut some more if I needed more. So once I was able to get as much as I want, I can begin taking each pieces and start gluing the end on every corner of it, every edge of it, a quarter of an inch in. Fold it a quarter of an inch and then glue. That's the easiest way instead of sewing them. So it takes a lot of time. This project definitely needs a lot of patience and time. So once I got all those pieces folded on the edge, I lay them out and figure out how I wanted to look. I decided to go with three pieces in each pattern, and once I was happy with that, I went ahead and start hand stitching each piece together, one edge at a time. This one I'm going one row, a strip row, and once I finished all those, I went ahead and went back and connected them, um, you know, on the other edge. So yeah, this is definitely a very patient, long project to do. It took me a whole week to do this, and I did an hour or two in the morning, another hour or so in the evening. So you cannot rush this. You have to take your time because it's a very slow process. It's almost like an English paper piecing. It really is a portion of it. So, but once we're done, I needed to put some body into there, so I added some interfacing on both my outer lining and my inside lining. I didn't show you my inside lining, but I went ahead and put a design and simply stitching it using the Boro or the Sashiko stitching, and I just used a little stencil and I trace that and start sewing. And I also attach my interfacing on my hexagon there by ironing it on and then also sewing in the ditch so the wallet is nice and sturdy, for use. So and then from there you just simply cut it to size, clean up your edges, and take your template and just cut it to size. So once you got the size, sorry about the dog. Um, so once you have your fabric cut to size, the next thing you want to do is figure out the directions on your prints. Yeah, they're all over the place right now, but you want to just kind of try to make it look somewhat directional if you can. So in my case, if you see the fabric, I have two Mickey Mouse head right next to each other. So I decided that's gonna be the right side of my wallet, the flip closure of the wallet. Um, so once I'm happy with the direction, I will go ahead and just put the right side together on these two pieces of fabric and sew all four corners, leaving a fistful size on the bottom edge there, because we're gonna need this to turn our fabric right side out in that opening. So now I have already cut it, sewn all four corners. Go ahead, this is a good time to remove those paper on those interfacing and trim any excess bulk you might have. And then we can turn it right side out. It's took a little bit of time, but it'll it'll get there. And then of course make sure that those corners are sharp and they're all uniform. And then once you do that, go ahead and iron it so you'll have a nice, beautiful um, surface, and it looks really, really pretty, and the interfacing will also adhere to the fabric. So now I'm just checking my size here, making sure I'm placing my closure on the right um, area there and that it is centered. And then once you decided where it's at, go ahead and place it. This is why we have to have that opening there as well. And this technique works with magnetic closure. This way I don't have to worry about any more bulk or stitches showing or trying to cover with my closure. So these, I love using the magnetic strips, and they're so easy to attach. And and just like that, one side of the closure is done. And then here's a trick that I do to do the other side. I take that little closure with the eye, place it in there, and then I take a chalk and just rub it there, rub it real good so I have a good amount of powder. And then I closed it where I want it to be, and I tap, and look at that, you got your marking. Great way to really align those two closure together. And then you just simply do the same thing. Take your seam ripper and just put just enough hole to slip those little frong in there. So then you can slip that little disc and press those prong flat, and done. You're all done. So now what we need to do is double check for size again. I do that a lot. And then you sew that section, and then you go ahead and form your wallet, and then you're gonna sew all three corners, and that's it. You're all done. There you go. There's your wallet. Isn't it cute? Look how adorable that turned out. I really love how the lining had turned out too. So, and I put three wallets in there. If you're interested in how I made that, let me know. I'll be happy to do another video. But there, our wallet is all done. Like I said, this takes some time, so, and a lot of patience. You cannot rush this, but I really love how it turned out. So I hope I was able to inspire you, and let me know what you think of it. And this particular piece will be listed in my Etsy soon. So if you like it, please feel free to visit my Etsy shop. The link is listed below. Thank you so much for watching. Till the next video. Bye bye.